Hello guys and welcome back to the ESL One Asian Qualifiers. We are down to our second last game of the day. This is going to be the upper bracket game between the Renegades versus QeeYou. So this is going to be a pretty big game for these teams because they are going to be going to the semi-finals. So we're going to head straight over to our casters so we can jump right into the game. We have Damon as well as Jason. Our casters have been really chugging along today. Please give them a round of applause. They've been casting all day. We're going to head right over to the cast.
Good job, Demon.
Yeah.
Doing a great job today.
I know I am. Thank you very much. And let's get the game underway. We've been waiting for this one. It is going to be Renegades versus QeeYou. Joining me is Jason for this one. And this is the kind of match we were expecting. These are the two top seeds in the group. No doubt about it. Everybody, when they looked at this group, this is what we were expecting to see in the winning bracket.
And we didn't really get to see much of Renegades earlier.
No,
we just saw 16 rounds and they 16-0'd. And we didn't really get to see them play much or get challenged too much, unfortunately. And I know Sponge has been actually deathmatching this entire time during the break, trying to pull a get right, trying to get on his level. But it's a good game. It's going to be a good game. We got Cash as our map. We've got QeeYou, who had some phenomenal performances before, or a phenomenal game earlier on. And we're going to see who's going to be able to pick up the win.
Well, here we go. It is going to be Cash, as you pointed out. Knife round will be getting ready in just a moment. Teams look like they are ready to go. Eager to go. Until TeamSpeak died. So maybe they're not so eager to go anyway. But yeah, as you said, Renegades, the 16-0 over neck break earlier on. We're going to hope the neck break put in a slightly better performance in their second matchup.
Yep, against the home crowd favorite too, MVP. It's going to be a tough one for them.
It's going to be a toughie. Question is whether there'll be a crowd here by the time we get to it, because it's actually jogging on a little late here. I think we're up to 9 o'clock already.
Yeah,
so
about 9:30 now.
I'm pretty sure the mall closes at 10 and everybody has to be out by 11:30 or something like that. It's something along them lines. But either way, there's the Renegades on your screen there. Sponge, Havoc, Azza, I've been told to call him, JKS, and Yam.
Havoc had a fantastic game earlier too. He had like, what, one death, and then total there's 16 rounds. Really excelled for him.
Advent, Alman, I'm going to say. It's like human, but with an A, which completely throws me. Moriarty, Zong, and Reaction.
All right, so again, fantastic plays that Reaction out of AWP, as we saw, versus MVP. Going to see if he's going to bring it out yet again against Renegades on Cash. And we didn't actually get to see QeeYou when they were at ESWC just last week playing this map. Unfortunately, it didn't really get picked up for him. But it's going to be a tough one. I think it comes down to maybe who can get control of middle. And also how each team likes to hold. You know, we were talking about, you know, Virtus Pro way back in the day. They'd be really on its own. I think it's just Neo there by himself, and the rest of the team really tries to hold on to middle and towards A. But maybe things can be a little bit different.
I used to love talking about Virtus Pro being one of the top teams
until they got 16-0 by
until yesterday. They just it's blown me out of the water. I think it blew them out of the water as well. But yeah, Kinguin beating them 16-0 was pretty mind blowing. Either way. We're waiting to get things started here. Cash, of course, you know, we've looked at Cash quite a bit over the last few weeks. We looked at Virtus Pro. We tried to do analytical stuff for them for the Pro League. And obviously, with the things we noticed, obviously, there's a few standard tactics. It's your 1-3-1, get control of mid, which we saw. I'm trying to think which game it was. It was one of the first games, first or second games in the day. A lot of mid control was
Sky Red versus My Revenge.
There you go, Sky Red. Going for the mid control, and it worked out well for them. You know, they actually went 5-0 down on the CT side to begin with, but then they just went on a roll, and that's exactly what you can do on the CT. When you can get a massive score going, they managed to end it 10-5. Of course, we'll see whether Renegades can maybe do the same against QeeYou here. The knife round will be pretty important.
Yep.
But teams, especially on this map, often choose T-side starts.
Well, I want to see exactly how QeeYou plans to go about it on the CT side if they do eventually get that start. Do they go for the retake on the A site and pistol round? How they want to set things up, like you're saying, the 1-3-1, get that middle control, make sure to have that guy back on A and have that man back on B to potentially have a quick rotate through vents.
And where they're going to use the AWPer as well is a big thing. Like, I mean, obviously, we've seen a lot, especially the European matches. They don't often use the AWP in the mid because, as I said, there's usually just too much smoke there. Usually, like the likes of Neo will always go to B with the AWP. If you were to look at, say, JW, he'd often be over A. Very rarely we do see him in the mid these days.
I think it comes down, you know, besides the AWP, is the Molotov control to both teams. How are you going to see each team actually use that? I feel like QeeYou, if they want to get an edge against Renegades, they're going to need to molly them out of their positions, especially towards sandbags, especially towards that B site, which we saw, you know, My Revenge doing so well earlier on. But it looks like we're kicking off the knife round between these two teams. Winner of this game goes on to the semifinals as the first seed. Plays against the loser, or the winner, sorry, of Sky Red and
I mean, the big thing here is if you do get first seed, you avoid immunity, which Renegades certainly will want to do. QeeYou will obviously be looking to do the same. And as it stands, it's going to be Renegades that come out on top. Are they going to switch? Yes, they are. They're going to be starting out on the CT side. So let's see whether Renegades can get the ball rolling here. QeeYou on the pistol. What have they got installed? Have they got any sort of fancy tactics sorted out? As you can see, the picture-in-picture switch sides there as we get this game ready to start off.
Yeah, like you're saying, fancy strats. Are we going to see anything a little bit crazy out of them? Are we going to see any like unhindered aggression out of them they're getting? There's a lot of questions to be answered, especially on this map, which we haven't seen them play just yet. But they played against European teams. They know their general style. So I feel like they're going to play a very standard game that Renegades knows how to play against. But it's just up to them to throw their little bit of a twist into it,
We're just waiting for the players to sort themselves out. You can see Yam not exactly mobile, so clearly doing something while they wait to ready up. QeeYou have already readied. QeeYou representing China in this one. It's great to see the Chinese Counter-Strike scene starting to get represented. As Khan pointed out earlier, there's a lot of history there. Formerly as N-Face, I believe it was, have been picked up by QeeYou, so obviously that's what us as the Western world know them as, because that's what we've seen them at ESWC just last week. Did manage to take a win off LDLC White, so they have managed to get themselves at least a win in there. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get things started. Renegades up against QeeYou for a place in the semi-finals. The #1 seed in Group B.
All right, well, they will go for some very heavy aggression towards the A side. You can see Azer already there prepared for him. He's going to go for the first shot. He picks up the first kill. They're coming through door. They're taking control of this entire site, and this does mean we're going to see the retake coming out of Renegades. They do have a kit on the sponge, so they could very well pull this off. It comes down to how well QeeYou can hold on to the site.
Moriarty boosted up on high, getting a little peek over there, but doesn't manage to get the frag down. Havoc could be a big difference here. Gets himself around Squeak. He can't manage to get the man at forklift. This is a good number of shots, but he's going to get doubled up on. Advent will go down in the end. Joking though. Joking doing some great work, trying to keep him at bay, down to a one-on-one. JKS will come around and he's going to get the headshot. Gets himself a double, a quadruple in the end, but a double to end things off and just about getting the defuse.
Yeah, so again, playing for the retake, they went for the big stack over towards being pushed out immediately. So they do take the pistol round. Now QeeYou, they did get the bomb plant. So are they going to go for that third round buy, or are they going to invest into this? And I would assume that they're going to be going for that third round. You see Renegades investing heavily into the SMGs, assuming that QeeYou's not going to be on any head armor. Stack up that money for that next round.
Double Deagle picked up just towards the end of the buy there. Let's see where they go. Just noticed we've got fancy colours on your overlay.
We do.
That's impressive. That's confused me a little bit. I think that's because you were.
It's not only you as confused.
It's because you were dueling against Sponge earlier, badly.
I wrecked him.
Yeah, totally.
No, he absolutely destroyed me. Team Freedom's dead.
Freedom was never really alive for him, but.
Well, look at Havoc though. He's getting really aggressive in main. He's trying to gather some information, and they should know. They'll most likely be going towards B. We can already see a 3, now 4-man stack over this direction, and a nice little boost coming in sight. Does allow Sponge to give this peak advantage. And QeeYou, they don't really have anything to work with. They just have a lot of Deagles and a P250s. This is going to be tough to hold on to. The Renegades, they should be on the flank already.
That's a good little flash, and he caught the one. They're expecting the push in though. They're going to catch them as soon as they come in checkers. Landing that first shot, Sponge, straight in the head, straight in the dome. Exactly what you need. Confident second round from Renegades. Starting off as they mean to go on, and certainly starting off as they did against Neckbreak earlier on. Not quite so crazily confident though. They're playing cautiously here. I
actually got to question the Deagle buys out of QeeYou, because now they can't afford like as many flashes, nades, Molotovs, whatever they want because of that investment. So it's going to limit exactly what they can do in this first gun run for them on this T side. It looks like they're already moving over towards that A site. Looking for maybe a quick push into it, and Havoc's already waiting, tucked in, and they're going to go straight through. Havoc picks up the first kill, he picks up a second as well. And now Azer should be able to pick up one, but no, he gets taken down, but this is still a whitewash. Renegades shutting down the push, and that's QeeYou losing their first gun round.
Well, Sponge Get Right-esque earlier on, sat practicing in his single-man bot match, death match, all on his own, while the rest of his team were off at the cafe. He was just sat there for a solid hour plus death matching bots.
Well, the thing is, we have to also keep this in mind. I talked to Renegades in a little bit of a break, and Sponge was saying it's going to be nice to potentially qualify through this today, because typically they don't have like the most notice when it comes to going to a major, so they're going to have proper time to sit down, practice, and make sure that they're at their peak performance coming into this. Think back to their history in majors alone, they haven't picked up that many rounds. I think it took them 3 majors just to get their first map, and they're looking to obviously do a little bit more this time.
They may even be able to get invites into, I believe there's a Gfinity just before it, in which case I wouldn't be surprised to see them maybe trying to go to that one, using it as a bit of a warm-up, a boot camp-esque type setup for them, get them into Europe a week early as well. Of course, we're getting ahead of ourselves. That's if they qualify. Yep. They've got to reach the semi-finals first. At the moment, they are 4-0 up, though, against QeeYou. And this is, well, it's been a strong start, but now we're into a full rifle buy. QeeYou, once again, they've got full utility, a hell of a lot of mollies as well. So let's see where they take it. Looks like it's going to be a training to be.
You got Sponge pushed up middle. You got Yan there to back him up. A 2-man stack towards A and 1-man actually all alone at B. It's going to be JKS. He's trying to actually peek over the smoke, which is a little bit dangerous, but Sponge can quickly rotate in. So JKS, he's going to take the shot. He's going to back away, wait for Sponge to come in, and back him up.
Well, the smoke is starting to dissipate. There's the flash. Is he going to get himself right back in checkers? Yes, he does. Gets out cleanly. Going to peek across. Meanwhile, we can see Moriarty and Joking turning up. They're going to move the way through. That molly will slow them down. They're not going to be able to get into checkers. Instead, they're just going to keep pushing straight through onto JKS. That's an easy one for him to land. Gets himself tucked in towards headshot. Doesn't quite get the second peek on Moriarty. Making great use of that smoke. Just gets himself around. Edvidge trying to keep himself tucked into the corner. What a reaction from JKS. Spin and shoot. Gets the easy triple. And Renegades close out 5-0. This is a very solid start from them. QeeYou in dangers right now. They really need to get something on the board.
It was an awkward round too, because like they were spotted, they lost a man right away, so it's kind of like, well, either you rush or you back away, and instead they sat there and did nothing.
And went one by one.
Yeah, and they let Renegades get completely behind them and get the full rotates in to stop that push. So a little bit questionable. Maybe they're just warming back up from their game earlier on. And we can see now a 2-1-2 yet again. Not investing into the op. And JKS again playing this forward position. We saw Waylander doing this at the Katowice offline qualifiers against Titan many, many times, winning out against Maniac. Too many times, to be honest, in that game. Like QeeYou is still sitting back, taking the time. They still have 3 smokes to work with, so not necessarily a hurry. The question comes, where are they going to go for the actual...
That game ended up going to, what, triple, quadruple overtime?
Yeah, like quadruple overtime is ridiculous.
I'll be happy if we get there. I'm not too sure everybody else will be, but QeeYou... We've got a long way to go to get to that point. They need to start picking up some rounds. Let me see. 1 man in Squeaky, 1 man at main. In fact, it looks like 3 stacking up in main, so it is going to be an A hit. You can see Yam's already in position for this one. Havoc's going to be the man that will receive him first. He's the one that's covering the angle. Asa is going to check Squeaky, manages to find the man coming across. Quickly backs away, doesn't get too caught out there. And they are holding, sitting passive. Now that spray down, it could land perfectly, and it will do. Havoc finds himself a second as he gets a peek around. Just the 1-man Advent backing up, trying to get out of there. He's really looking to save already. He's not going to be able to, that's for sure. Advent going down to Havoc. Havoc starting off very well in this one. Looking at the kills, you can see across the board. 10 for JKS, Sponge, Havoc, all doing great starts.
JKS hasn't died yet.
Wow.
Actually, I talked to Havoc after his last game and said, why'd you mess it up? Why didn't you get the perfect game? He's like, yeah, I wanted to pull a JKS, but I couldn't.
Yeah, and JKS he's actually been playing aggressively. He's been the man that's pushed up on B, so it's impressive that he hasn't been taken down yet. Oh. And there's another one for him.
Yeah, speaking of the aggression, no armor brought up on the side except Joking with the AK and the armor. JKS able to get that second, so almost single-handedly shutting down this push towards B. They're forcing.
He's on 12-0 now.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. That's a scary scoreline. I think Havoc was at like 20-0,
averaging 2 a round so far. He's doing well. Let's put it that way. There's Havoc. Look at how aggressive he's gone, and I think this is a bit of a sign. Renegades starting to step it up a little here, starting to get a hell of a lot of confidence. All that caught out onto Joking. He will get taken down. Sponge will be the man that picks up another round, 7-0. This is another cracking start. Are we going to see Renegades? Are we really going to see them go 16-0, 16-0?
That'd be an impressive way to qualify through, wouldn't it?
That would be setting out a stall, that's for sure.
I wonder if Joking, though, if he went on a tilt buy on the last round, because they could have saved it for an op if they wanted to use it, wanted to put on reaction and try to open something up. We're finally seeing the op picked up out of Renegades this time, as Yang going to be controlling middle.
full control set play coming into A side. You can see that Havoc once again with Aza is sat ready and waiting for this one.
The question is though, do they push in with it or do they use this as a fake? Unless they're going to go for the former, they're pushing straight in towards the site. Havoc in the prime position to shut this down.
Such a well-timed molly. Slows things down. Havoc picks himself up an easy double. And again, they are holding the angles perfectly. This time though, gets flashed in there. Advent doesn't quite get the spray control across to the second person, but Reaction will. And now we're into a 2-on-2. This is the first time that QeeYou have been in a decent position and really a possibility to try and take something, but still yet to get the bomb plant in there.
He's got a lot of time to work with. He's not really in a hurry for that. He needs to win out on a trade. Only thing is, Renegades isn't given the opportunity to pull off a 1v1. It's going to be a 2v1 no matter how he chooses.
Sponge has got a flash, so he could try and flash him in there, but Advent knows that if as soon as he goes for the bomb plant, they are going to know his position. He's going to try and go for it. He's going to squat it down there. Now this is the time for Renegades to get themselves across in the position. He said it's just going to be Sponge that goes straight for a challenge. And he did have the backup of JKS, and it was
JKS was there for the return frag. Like, if Sponge did go down,
he would have been there
he would have been there to shut it down, and then would have been able to get the defuse. So they were playing that one very safe, very cautious, and
protected his 12-0 scoreline.
Yeah, that's true. Hide behind Sponge. He's still 12-0. Wow.
Yeah, still going strong. 8-0 Renegades. Another amazing start from them. Their bank is huge, but we are going to see QeeYou picking up their first AWP of the game. It's going to be challenged because Yam's got his AWP as well.
No, I think it's a challenge on a JKS, trying to take away that unkillable streak that he's got. Gets the tag onto him, down to 21 health, but not able to get the kill. But they're starting to apply some pressure, trying to challenge out on how Renegades are playing. We can see Sponge already pushed up in middle. This is so dangerous. I don't think they've been able to spot him out for this, and he hasn't done it just yet, so it's going to catch them completely off guard.
Reaction. Just stay on a nade. So he knows that there's one around the corner. Is he going to expect him? Yes, he is. I think they realized somebody had snuck up close. So Jokey managed to get him down. JKS is tagged low. This is a good chance for QeeYou to pick up their first round.
Do they commit for it, though? Going for a little bit of a fake. You can see, actually, okay, pushed into the side. Didn't even notice that. He got taken down. But after getting Havoc, and they're starting to rotate back towards that B site. Moriarty is already there. JKS only on that 21 health, trying to defend against us, but he's smoked off. And we might see the bomb get planted.
Here we go. That Molly's going to be right on top of the bomb planter. He's going to burn and get out of there. 64 health, tagged down to. Realizes that JKS is up there, and that grenade not going to be a heavy cheese. So Azaz does manage to peek across, gets Moriarty. There's one directly below him, though, and he's not expecting it. It's going to be Advent. Yam got the shot lined up. Oh, surely he just got a glimpse of the edge there. I didn't think. Oh, and he manages to get a flick shot up to him anyway. JKS does get Joking down, but will finally die. And QeeYou pick up their first round of the half. 8-1 the score. Renegades, of course, can just buy straight back into this one.
So they catch out on Sponge being too aggressive in middle, trying to punish them. A great shot by Joking to open that up. They go for the fake towards A, rotate straight back towards B, and we're able to pull that round off. Now the question comes, can they string together more than one round? They need to, kind of snowball us a little bit, because if they lose this round, they're going to be hurting economy-wise. They need to play this one very safe. They need to maybe hope Reaction can pick up a nice entry. But he's playing from door, so not a real chance of that, but Joking does pick up one, leaves A little bit light.
Yeah, Joking very low on health, though.
Wow, Reaction got one.
He's got Yam. That was an AWP duel. He's managed to back away. That was a quick squeaky open and AWP duel, but the Havoc's already pushed straight out of A main. Caught down Joking, who was trying to peek around there. So it's a 3-on-2 situation. JKS on his own over at B. Catches a little glimpse of Moriarty. Doesn't manage to get too much on him, though. Just a little fraction. 91 health he's still on, and this may well be a split straight to A, actually, because the rotate's been heavy from Renegades.
Yeah, they do have Sponge already there. JKS picking up the kill on Moriarty with the nade. But they have this middle control. Havoc's pushed straight out of A. Expect them to maybe be going towards this B site, but they're wrapping around towards A. This should be a bomb plant.
They've left mid completely open. Not a single person looking there.
Havoc's going to come to check it. I think he's going to come to check it, yeah. He's going to spot them out. He actually won't, no, he won't be able to see him. He's pushing towards B. He's expecting them to be in halls.
Sponge is going to check Speedway. Sponge is about to check it, so he should catch a glimpse. Manages to come around quick and easy onto Reaction there. Now, just two men standing. Advent is going to be the man that's trying to linger around that smoke, dance around the edge of it. They have him covered off. Sponge gets a peek, and immediately JKS head was taken off there. Havoc's going to come from A main. Sponge from truck, and he will manage to get around the side. Gets Advent down. Just one man holding on there, and he's not going to take him down. It's going to be an easy defuse in the end. That volley not quite spreading enough. They do extinguish it nonetheless with the smoke.
Don't want to pull a Cloud9.
Havoc leading their team to 9-1 the score now. Yeah, do not pull a Cloud9 indeed.
All right, so they break the economy out of QeeYou. Don't really have the money to buy up. They can force it if they want to. Looks like they're going to be going for just that. Advent picking up the AK. Again, you got to wonder, tilt buys, strategic buys, what's really going on in their heads? Because 9-1 is not the scoreline they were hoping for, especially when they're able to beat LDLC White just a week ago.
Yeah, forcing anything they can out of this one. Reaction's got to try and make that Deagle work. The Galila Moriarty, Joking just trying to pump that Tech-9, make it work through that smoke, but not managed to find anything. Moriarty will get taken down by an aggressive Yam, pushing through on B side. Bomb is making his way back here. They have left JKS on his own, but he's proven more than capable to be able to hold this site on his own. Let's see how he does against two members of QeeYou. Make that 3 as they all come looking this way. I think this is going to be a flash in on him as well.
Well, those 4 smokes and 2 flash. They don't have a Molotov, so they can't force JKS into a bad position. You can play very safe and allow Sponge to rotate in towards that upper side. Not to mention JKS does have a lot of utility to work with as well. And if that smoke being thrown, he's going to go for the counter flash. Won't actually blind anyone, but the Molotov going to keep them back, and the nade coming and do some decent damage.
They're so slow.
Sponge is already here.
Yeah, Sponge is rotated. They're so slow on that one. Havoc's already peeking on mid as well. He's having a little duel with Joking in the mid, and if he gets and wins out that one, you can see they're already checking the vent. They're already expecting somebody to come in there. They're going to boost them. They're going to boost in there. They're going to try and challenge Havoc in the mid, and they will manage to find him. Advent gets the kill. Joking called for support, and now they're coming into fight. Sponge has got himself in a position, but was caught out. JKS gets himself a second. Can't transfer to the third, though. And now it's a 2-on-2. Bomb plant will come down. It's going to be Azza and Yam to try and push on QeeYou.
QeeYou not exactly sure Renegades where they could have went for the save plant over towards Checkers. The nade, I mean, missing out, but Acer picks up the kill, picks up the second, and that'll be Renegades getting their 10th round on the board. And QeeYou, where they've been successful is getting that middle control. You know, you see a lot of teams do the cross smokes in middle where it creates a wall of smoke for you to play around towards that vent side so you can peek towards short, peek towards Z connector, and then work off that area. But they're giving up full middle control to Renegades.
Yeah, quick and easy stuff there on the retake from Renegades. A little too quick, honestly. After the work that QeeYou had done to get in on site, they managed to clear everything on out, but now you can see they've gone back to a mishmash. Tech-9s, Deagle, P250s, anything they can get their hands on at 10-1. Renegades in danger of running away with the game.
Well, I know they want to have a quick one. QeeYou, if they can't connect the shots or get any of these engines they need, not to mention just the afterplant situation, they're not holding it as well. They need to Sponge being spotted out. Evan can't connect. Sponge will shut him down. But I really what's going on in the QeeYou's camp. I really wish I knew Chinese to understand what they're talking about, because it just seems like they're kind of on tilt.
Well, they're going to be going headlong into Yam. Yam's rotated this time. He's now covering the corner. He's absolutely pulled from pillar to post there. Havoc manages to get himself one in the retake, make that the second, as Wolves manages to catch him out, but that man just at the back. Havoc with a triple once again. They just have full control of the sites. You know, QeeYou have not really successfully gone to A site. They got in there once, I think, and then the plant was pretty much shut down the second they got there.
Well,
B sites would have been a little more successful, but they've not been able to hold the retake from Renegades. And it is all really one-way traffic. Just that one single round, that one little glimmer of hope for the Chinese fans. The Aussies, Renegades, #1 seed in this tournament. Hot favorite, no doubt about it, for qualifying.
They're going straight into A. There's only one man to defend. It's going to be Havoc. We do have the rotate coming in from short, though. There's actually 3 people here prepared for it. All 4 men out of Renegades are here to stop this push towards A. They got the site, but yeah, able to respond with the op.
Oh, he manages to get the one down. Can't get the second. Advent's going to get the plant, and he gets dinked off as soon as he drops down. Now, Sponge, coming from from Speedway, will get caught out on the ladder, actually. JKS, the only man. Now, they're all pretty low, apart from Reaction. It's actually Orpster's peeking, so a single tap on him would take him down. A little breath of fresh air, honestly. That smoke is going to slow things, and well, JKS, he's going to have to back away and go Speedway. This bomb plant's been in for a long time. I think he's just going to go for safe.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get some exit frags, actually, to really punish QeeYou, because if they can take away some guns...
Should get 1 or 2, yeah.
Well, should get 1. There we go. Picks up the kill. Onto OK. So there'll be 11-2 scoreline. And we saw QeeYou change things up. You know, they got really aggressive. They rushed straight into A. They punished, you know, Havoc as being the only person there. The only downside for it was Renegades had 4 people there because they rotated them straight from middle to Speedway. But some great shots coming into QeeYou did open up that site and allow them to finally pick up their second round.
Yeah, it was the entries, the speed of this entry. Finally, QeeYou switching things up, maybe figuring Renegades out, but is it a little too late? 11-4 is the best they can hope for, and that is still a long way away with just these 2 rounds.
You know, considering they won 11 rounds, they didn't have much money to buy with. You know, Sponge was sitting on the CZ only, and he got really aggressive and eventually dropped over towards middle, but we're interested to see that, you know, after winning 11, they're still struggling money-wise. It's just showing that QeeYou's these, you know, they're able to frag, they're just not able to close out that round.
Yeah, I'm just actually looking back at that. They did lose quite a few. It went down to a 1-on-1 if I recall, so money-wise, they were losing a lot of rifles. Havoc, though, getting down 1. Is he going to peek and find the second? Oh, the door shut on his face. I think he actually stood himself. Getting a little peek around there. He knows that there's one in Squeaky now. And the fact that they've got Asia looking down A main, they know that it's clear as well. JKS quickly getting joking on entry. Gets a couple of taps onto Moriarty, but doesn't manage anything as reaction. Gets yammed down. That was in checkers. And the rotate's going to be a little slow from Havoc because he's a long way off.
Oh, nice shot out of Moriarty. Does open things up, and not to mention OK, able to pick up the kill on the rotate. So now it's all on Havoc, and a 1-on-3. He's going to charge straight through the smoke before the bomb even gets to sight. He gets behind it. He gets the bomb down. He's looking for the second kill on reaction. He can't connect quite yet, but switching to the pistol. He has the AK top to side, going to charge straight into him. A reaction will pick up another round for QeeYou.
It's one of those awkward moments when you know there's an AK just to the left of you, but you can't quite pick it up. You can't find time. As it is, he had all the time in the world because the reload was coming from QeeYou. Where it's 11-3. Can they get the 4th round? This is a vital one, and they actually have to pick the pistol up afterwards as well. Eza desperately gone in towards this scout. Is the last round, buy what you can. UMP for Havoc as well. That grenade is going to be right on the feet of Orcs, but of course he's got the head armor, so he doesn't do a great deal. Joking, expecting Havoc to peek around with that UMP.
QeeYou desperately need this round too. If it's a 12-3 scoreline, 1 pistol round can lose the entire thing. They're playing very standards, looking for some pushes out of Renegades. A little bit reminiscent of Fnatic style on this T side, except they don't have that JW boost up in middle or them to control.
Interesting that his AK is called Get Advent Moving. Oh, it's Advent's AK, that's why he stole it. Managed to get it off his body, but Havoc still holding on. QeeYou, it's a nice slow approach here. They realize that they don't want to rush it. They realize how dangerous this is, but Advent got caught up. The scout of Asa there. Asa, I've got to get his name right eventually. Too long saying it differently, but Advent was tagged off. That's a great little pistol from JKS, but now that molly's going to force him to move, and the bomb will get planted on B side. Havoc and Asa, the 2 men that had rifles in this round, will manage to find one. Havoc on the retake, finds the blaster, but can't manage to land the shot, takes it down to nothing, but still doesn't get the kill. And Asa, he knows where the second man is. That's going to be him going down. It's Asa versus Joking. Joking tagged up. He's trying to push in with the USB, trying to get the reload, but Joking will land the shot. It will be 11-4 to Renegades. It's what they needed. They were in danger of really slipping out of this game. Still, it is going to be a very tough ask on the CT side, but just like we saw before, it's not over yet. We saw My Revenge coming back from 10-5. It is possible, and you can tell Renegades, I don't think they're very impressed with those last 2 rounds.
I think they wanted that 16-0 again.
Yeah.
I know Sponge was very keen on being able to pull that off, but they just want to get their victory, you know, moving to the semis. And QeeYou, they're going to have a lot of work ahead of them on that CT side. You have Joking at 11-14, Reaction at 9-12. On the other side, though, you have JKS and Havoc both at 19 and Sponge at 16. JKS has 5 deaths out of 15 rounds.
Yeah, well, I mean, he had no deaths for the first 8 rounds, I think. So he did a great job at holding that B side. He was there on his own a lot of the time as well. Let's not forget. Here we go, Renegades. What are they going to do with the pistol? Can QeeYou hold them at bay and get something going on CT, just like Renegades did? They're going fast and furious straight in towards A side.
Oh, okay, he gets turned around on his dive from door. They're trying to get out in towards the site. They're having a little bit of problems, as you can see. That smoke providing them enough cover. The bomb should be getting planted any moment now. But we're going to see the retake coming in out of QeeYou. They do have a kit onto Advent. Moriarty is able to pick up the first kill.
Reaction could take control of forklift, and he has. If he can get Havoc down, that's going to cause a problem, and now the retake is a real possibility. Asa has been taken down. That is it. QeeYou, dominant pistol round, honestly. 3 from Moriarty, 2 from Reaction, and that was just simply a case of nobody from Renegades taking control of the forklift area, which is so vital in a retake in that situation with the smoke down.
And they wanted to rush in towards site, get that bomb down. Everyone allowed that smoke to cover off short as well to stop anyone from truck to shut them down. They're going to invest in the pistol armor though. And keep in mind, you know, these two teams are playing to get first place out of Group B. They will avoid team immunity and play against the second team, the winners of Sky Red and My Revenge. Yeah. So a little bit of a difference between the two teams over in Group A. A lot at stake between them.
Yeah, definitely something both teams will want. Renegades certainly would like to avoid their fellow compatriots. Pretty sure Immunity would be happy if they did that as well, but it's just going to be a fast play. Yam comes around, gets himself a single deagle, but that is all it's going to be, and now Sponge, the in-game leader for Renegades, just left standing all alone, trying to rescue something from the round. They read that situation very well, QeeYou. They were all stacked and ready for it.
And they ran straight past him, so you can see they're not even looking towards the direction. He might be able to pick up a cheeky kill and do something with this.
Did he catch a glimpse of the shoulder of Sponge there? He's going to go aggressive either way. Sponge is going to land the shot, but now they know his position. He's only got 14 hit points, and it's just going to be a spray down from Advent that will close it out. 11-6. The comeback is on.
We had a good one earlier.
We did have a great one earlier. Certainly possible. You know, I mean, look at the scores. That's what Renegades did. They managed to get those stack of rounds early on. And then 9 rounds, 7 rounds back to back. So it's certainly doable. Now with the rifle against pistols, you'd assume that QeeYou would pick this one up. And then it's the big challenge. What will Renegades do when they get the rifles in hand? How coordinated can they be in their attacks?
Keep in mind, they did buy up the Tech 9 armor when they could have saved for this round to buy a gun. So, okay, pick up the first kill. Reaction getting very low in middle, being forced back onto short. He's being chased down as Renegades do the flashbang over to help out, but he's going to pick up one. Joking picks one as well, and yeah, we'll finally be able to respond towards forklifts, but not going to live much longer on that. 11-7. Now we go into the first gun round. Renegades, can they stop this momentum that QeeYou built up? Can QeeYou continue this pace? Well,
good cover off there from QeeYou on all the positions. They knew they were going to be pushing in and around A main. And no matter who went down, there was always going to be someone covering the angle, covering the shot, making sure they didn't get their hands on any of those rifles. But it is going to be slow and steady play. It's going to be a 2-1-2 split for Renegades as QeeYou is... Reaction holds the angle. Joking getting taken down. That was in sandbags. And that's giving mid-control heavily to Renegades.
Well, they smoked off short and connected just so they could pick up that kill onto sandbags. So a lot invested into that, but it pays off. It gives them that man advantage. And we do have... Well, Reaction was over towards B with Moriarty, which was a little bit questionable, having 2 people at B at once. But they want to make sure that they can lock down this site, but they've given up middle completely to Renegades. And this is going to allow maybe Sponge to go for a flank. This could be really dangerous.
Which way is Sponge going to go? And more importantly, is it going to be wrong time? The Advent's looking this way. As his Reaction, they're expecting someone through the mid there. And Molly's going to slow things down. He manages to avoid the action. Reaction has to land one of these shots, and he does. Gets Asia down, doesn't get the second, but that flash is vital. Advent with the kill will get finally caught out. Now is he going to come around? Gets a glimpse of 1 or 2 of them on site. That Molly will catch the back of them, force them away, but it doesn't get followed up on. And that means Havoc gets himself an easy kill. Now the last man is just going to back away. Looks like he's going to go for the save. And that will be the 12th round, and more importantly, the first T-side round for Renegades.
Yeah, good take by Renegades too, reading into how QeeYou are going to hold on to middle, and then just making sure to use that to pivot right in towards that site. You had Sponge really... just being there alone, not actually, showing his position. He applied so much pressure, forcing QeeYou to keep someone looking towards that. They actually had 2 men, one towards truck, and the Reaction actually in towards B. And then it forced Reaction to rotate in towards site, where he did get 1 kill, but he got picked off thereafter, and they're able to collapse completely on that site.
Renegades just 4 rounds from reaching the semi-finals. JKS up close there with Havoc. Sponge down the line. Not too sure if you can make out too many more figures past the gigantic beard that is Havoc. Still been looking after that for a long time since Katowice. Pretty well groomed.
It's been going on a long time, like what? A year and a half, something ridiculous.
Been a long time now.
It'd be like if I could even just get like
Nade checking into sandbags there once again, making sure there's no one there. This time They don't burn a molly for it. Sponge has got himself in towards vents, so this may be a mid to B. Joking's in a good position, but Sponge is going to drop straight behind him. That'll be an easy frag for him. They've already mollied out the corner as well of Checker, so they know there's nobody in that corner. And now Moriarty's in a real sticky situation. That molly's going to be on the top of him. They do easily take control of sight. They don't get rid of reaction just yet. He's going to get himself one, but not a second. Yam holding off the middle. They just want to hunt down this last M4.
And he's the last man alive yet again for his team in a 1-on-4. Trying to save that gun, but Renegades, I think, are still confident enough to chase him down, though. Will he have faked them out? Yeah, I'm coming around the truck straight into him, and that's going to be a kill. Most certainly should be eventually. Yeah, we'll shut him down. So Renegades pick up another round on the board. 13-7. They're getting close to beating the semifinals tomorrow to get their chance to qualify for the major.
3 to go. Solid performance from Renegades. They knew what they had to do coming into this one. They were happy to see QeeYou dropping rounds earlier on against MVP Carnal. So they were expecting to have a somewhat easy challenge in this one. Trying to base themselves off what was going on in the previous matchup.
Oh, look at this push, though, coming out of QeeYou. They're pushing straight over towards BJKS. Already getting the first. They're going to try to rush us down. We already can't pick up the kill. JKS picks up another. And now they all on reaction. And gets pushed by Yam. 14-7.
Yeah, good setup from Renegades. They saw it coming effectively. The train of pistols heading their way. 14-7. 2 rounds to go for match point for Renegades. For match, in fact, not match point.
What was impressive was how passive JKS played that as well. Instead of getting pushed up in B, he let them come to him. He didn't get them a potential to get that, 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 or even 4-on-1 situation. He forced the 1v1s and it netted them the round.
Up and over through mid. Joking's going to be up close and personal, but Hazer will find him around the side. Tag onto reaction as he tries to back away. He had the AWP in hand, but wasn't able to land the frag. Sponge did get dropped by Joking. That was the one that was up close. But now they have mid-control. What are they going to do with it? Advent with the UMP is trying to cover it off close on Speedway, and he will manage to find Aza. And now he's in a tricky situation. Fnatic Converters Pro badges all across his gun. But here he is against the Renegades, who themselves are looking to try and get one of those badges on the board at the next major. Can they reach the ESL One Cologne major? This would be for a place in the semi-finals, and this would take them to match point, but they're in a 3v4, advantage QeeYou, until Havoc comes around and finds an easy headshot onto Advent.
Okay, he's in a really good position as well, the Shroud boost. And coming in from a short, he's going to watch towards main as well. He needs to get this kill into Havoc first. He needs to stop being shot from that angle. He can afford to let the guys out main push as long as they're not looking in his direction. He misses the first couple of shots. He does eventually pick up the kill, but he needed more than that. And now it's Moriarty able to pick up one. And it's JKS in a 1-on-2 situation. He'll get the bomb down, it seems. No, he's actually trying to bait them in. Have a lot of time left to work with. Just about actually knows exactly where both of them are. He gets the spray through the smoke on Moriarty, and now it's a 1-on-1 up against Reaction. Tries to fake him out yet again with 11 seconds on the clock. He's going for the challenge, and Reaction picks up the round.
Well, you got to feel for JKS. He knew exactly what he was doing in that play, just wasn't able to land the last shot. QeeYou not done and dusted just yet. That's going to be the AWP passed off. It's going to be Joking that's going to have a go at it. Where's that going? No, it's going to go back across. It's going to find his way back to Reaction. He was just buying up a bunch of guns for his team. Just an MP7 for Advent, though.
We haven't seen much, battling in the middle in terms of the boost spot. Out of both teams, funny enough.
This is going to be a flash hit.
Ooh, able to catch him out. JKS does respawn, though.
They had the follow-up, and they're going to switch it up. This is what we should have seen from QeeYou earlier. Once they got caught in that situation, they need to switch the doesn't manage to get the knife in there. Yam with the AWP. Going to come her off. It's a 2-on-1. Moriarty. Oh, he gets a great spray down onto Yam. And now it's a 1-on-1. JKS had some great play earlier on, but he's not having any of it. Switches out, flashes out, and makes his headway straight into B site. But the foot race is technically in favor of Moriarty if he chooses to switch for this one. But instead, he's holding passive, holding a truck, expecting a play at A. And this is all he can do, really. And now he's going to hear the bomb plant come down and then start making his way. The retake against JKS will be a challenge since he's already got 3 kills in this round.
And JKS, he went for the safe plan as well. He's hoping Moriarty is going to be coming from upper there over towards CT. Not expecting any potential flank. But not a lot of time to work with. He has no kit. If he's going to go for this, he has to do it soon. And once he sees he's not in sight, he actually might stick this defuse. But I think JKS And he's actually not going to have the vision. JKS is forced to just check this one. He just peeks the corner. And Moriarty trying to nade him down. He's got to stick it, but JKS will pick up the kill. That's a 4K for him. And Renegades are 1 round away from getting in the semis.
I see what he was trying to do. Went for the HE as well. Slow him down, try and stick it. Try and force him away, but JKS not falling for that one. About to hit a 30 bomb as well. 29 frags in the game so far for him. Had a fantastic start, so no doubt he's getting this close. 15-8, match point Renegades to reach the semi-finals and join their Aussie brethren. And more importantly, not face each other in the battle for the 2 places available here in the offline qualifiers in Malaysia. Bing bong. I mean, it could be worse. It could be an alarm. We've had that one already. Azza trying to look around. Reaction holding the angle. Remember, they've only got pistols here, and this is for the game. Renegades opening up their account early.
And they're still continuing to play this one slow. Not really rushing even with that kill. Havoc, you can see spraying up towards Shroud spot, but okay, still tucked in towards Forklift. He can come up big with this 5-7. He can shut them down. They already have some backup as well with Advent here. With 50 seconds to work with and a lot of smokes and flashes to go, this is going to be really difficult to hold on to.
He's ready to push in. Because he's got it all to do here. I'm not too sure if he's going to be able to keep them away. They're going to come around. It's a good crossfire setup from Renegades as they make their way into sight. Advent could be a little surprise factor, but Havoc not falling for it. Spins around, gets himself a second over a truck, and now Joking, the last man standing. Headset's already coming off of QeeYou. They know it's over. Havoc will finish it off with a 4K, and it was done deal. Renegades, they're going to be through to the semi-finals tomorrow. They will avoid facing immunity. And that is exactly what they wanted. The #1 seed in this tournament, pretty much cruising through 16-0, 16-8 to the semi-finals.
And if you're an Aussie fan, now there's the potential to have 2 Australian teams getting through.
Yeah.
Unity and Renegades both battling for that spot. I mean, it was a relatively good game, but I think Renegades just clearly showing that they're the better team. You know, QeeYou still have a lot of things to learn when it comes to that. They had some, good potential there. I still think the adaptation and the call-in of seeing exactly what Renegades were doing was a little bit lacking for them. But JKS, this man's a beast. Like, him and Havoc have performed so well already in their 2 games.
Yeah, it's been great from them. And I mean, you actually saw on Renegades' faces when it went 11-4, they lost those last 2 rounds. They were disappointed. Yeah. That's how much they won. That's how hungry they are to not only reach the offline finals, the major finals, but also hungry to just close it out quick, get the rounds, get it done deal. Even, the fact that they were cruising 11-4, they were still disappointed with losing 2 rounds.
Well, considering how many majors they've been to, would they want to be the team to not qualify this time and have Immunity, who's always been on their backs as #2 in Australia, get through where they potentially couldn't? I don't know. It's still it'll be interesting to see who they play tomorrow. Sky Red versus My Revenge. The winner of that will be up against them. And we are going to have some ridiculous games tomorrow. Yeah,
so next match coming up, the final one of the night. It will be MVP Carnal up against Neckbreakers. Neckbreakers unfortunately got 16-0'd earlier, so Carnal coming into this one possibly as the favourites. And Blair's going to be joining me for this one to see whether his Indian brethren can make it through to the elimination match, which will be tomorrow. That will be against, obviously, the team that just got knocked down there, QeeYou. What do we think? What do you think? Are you gonna bet on this one? What do you think? Obviously, you're not going to bet, but
can't do that. Can't do that. Nice try. Try to catch me out. Yeah. Try to catch me slipping.
Slippy.
I don't know. I think it comes down to how the teams are going to look at how they perform today. Because if they played a match earlier, then they had to play another one today.
Yep.
It's different versus playing 2 matches today and then playing tomorrow. Because you have time to think about what went wrong, what went right, time to review what the other teams did, and then go into that next day more prepared.
Well, the big thing for MVP Carnal is they will have a bit of a home crowd advantage.
A little bit.
Only a little bit. We'll see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back after the break. Next match will be MVP Carnal. It's going to be up against Neckbreaker.